How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Summary from 4-Minute Books, written by Nicholas Gouquet and read by Jonathan McGinley. One-sentence summary. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living is a self-help classic which addresses one of the leading causes of physical illness, worry, by showing you simple and actionable techniques to eliminate it from your life. Favorite quote from the author. Let's not allow ourselves to be upset by small things we should despise and forget. Remember, life is too short to be little. You might never have heard of How to Stop Worrying and Start Living before. I didn't until yesterday, and yet it has sold 6 million copies. However, once I tell you who the author is, this will make instant sense. Dale Carnegie. Born in 1888, Carnegie was one of the first published authors in self-improvement, having written over 10 books on topics like behavior change, habits, interpersonal skills, public speaking, and applying all of those in a business context. He believed that the best way to change others is to change oneself, a principle that underpinned most of the ideas in his evergreen bestseller, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which has sold over 30 million copies to date. This book was published 12 years later, in 1948, and describes several ways to deal with worry, one of the leading causes of illness like heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, stomach ulcers, and high blood pressure. Carnegie delivers several tactics and backs them up with case studies. Here are my 3 favorite lessons. 1. Use a 3-step approach to deal with confusion, and you'll eliminate worry caused by it. 2. Put a stop-loss on stress and grief. And 3. Take criticism as compliments. Ready to let go of your worries so you can start focusing on doing your best today? Let's see what Dale's got up his sleeve. Lesson 1. Clear confusion with the 3-step approach and you eliminate the worry it causes. When you're worried, you're not busy doing things, but since taking action is the only thing that can improve your situation, every minute spent worrying is a minute that doesn't make your life better. But to reduce the amount of worrying in your life, you first have to find its cause. There are several, of course, but one of the biggest ones is confusion. We never know what's going to happen next, and it drives us insane. Take Galen Litchfield, for example, who was a civilian and later prisoner of war stuck in Shanghai during World War II when it was occupied by the Japanese. He'd hidden a few valuable items from them, so when he heard that a Japanese admiral had found out on a Sunday night, he freaked out. He knew what he could expect, to be thrown inside the notorious torture chamber of the Japanese secret police on Monday. But he didn't know what it would look like, which caused him a great deal of stress. He used this 3-step approach to deal with it. 1. Get your facts straight by writing down what you know and what you're worried about. 2. Analyze those facts to figure out your options. And 3. Make a decision and stick to it. Galen wrote down what he was worried about, being tortured to death. And then he asked himself what he could do about it. He came up with either fleeing, explaining to himself, or acting like nothing happened. He picked the last option and stuck with it, only to find out the next day that his Japanese admiral had calmed down and made nothing more than an angry remark to him. There's nothing like some good old common sense to disarm your worries. Lesson 2. Put a stop-loss on things in your life that cause you stress, grief, and anxiety. One thing that's crucial when applying the above strategy is timing. If you spend all of your time analyzing the facts and trying to make a decision until the thing you're worried about actually happens, you won't have won much. That's where a time limit could help. To implement this, you can adapt the idea from trading and investing, the stop-loss. A stop-loss is used to limit your financial downside. For example, if you buy 200 stocks for $10 and set your stop-loss at $8, your trading software will automatically sell all of your stocks if they fall to $8 or below, ensuring your maximum total loss is capped at $400, 2 times 200. If something is causing you stress, grief, or anxiety, like a friend picking a fight over a stupid topic, a relationship falling apart, or your boss telling you did a bad job, put your foot down and set a limit. Say, this far and not one step further am I going to allow myself to worry about this. This can be a time limit or a general rule. like Hal Elrod's 5-minute rule or a guideline to forgive others instantly after a fight instead of holding grudges. Lesson 3. Think of criticism as compliments instead of obsessing about negative feedback. Critical thinking is important. Feedback is an essential part of doing great work. However, not all criticism is constructive. You have to be careful in deciding who to listen to and who to ignore. One thing you can do with all criticism, though, is take it as a compliment. 90% of the time, people throw around their opinions to make them feel better about themselves, because they see you're doing something right and are threatened by it. We always critique those we envy, so we can feel better by comparison, not so they can do a better job. If anything, the more you're being criticized, the more you know you're doing something right. So hear their comments, nod, thank them, take it as an indication you're on the right track, and if there's no constructive feedback in it, just move on.
Hey, this is Nick, the founder of 4-Minute Books, and I want to thank you so much for watching our video. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel for more. You can also visit us at 4minutebooks.com for hundreds of free book summaries, each of which will make you smarter in 4 minutes or less. Thanks again, and always keep learning.